Peace. It's Bronzebird here with another video. Before I begin, like and subscribe. Thank you. So this has ran across my mind for the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks. I did a video on this before where I was talking about how they're using all this technology, and to my hypothesis that they want to get rid of socialization or want to get rid of the connections that humans and other animals could have towards each other. Much as so, I also believe that pets are becoming the new children. I put that in the video. You can watch it anytime you want. And that they're starting to up the stakes with something called a Digidog, a robotic dog. Now that seems to be one of the values that they're giving to the most vulnerable populations, and that they believe they can get people with illnesses first in order to go ahead and make their target market the priority subject of their experiment. Which is not really an experiment if you really think about it, because they choose when they want to put it out to the public. Now, a lot of people might be psyched for seeing some type of robotic dog walking around in the street and doing all these different magical things that they've never seen before. And especially because they've seen things like this in movies probably in the 80s and the 90s, where people were a little bit wary about the future and what entails what the future will be. Now, the thing about it is this. This is one of the things you have to take into account, people. Science fiction movies are not science fiction movies. They tell you that, but ideally, when they're saying science fiction, what they're really saying is predictive programming. Now, my theory, in which I'll probably do more research on this YouTube journey, is that I always believe that the technology that you see for yourself today has been in beta testing mode for the last 40 to 50 years. This isn't something that they just randomly started testing. It's about how they wanted to put it out into the environment, about how people would receive it. That what you see on your screen right now has been in place for like the longest time. I'm pretty sure that they started at the military first, and then they went ahead over in the environment. Well, now they're going out in the environment and seeing how everyday citizens will react to something like this. Now, this is a Digidog that you see on your screen that's been deployed by the NYPD department. Last month, they made a video on this, but it has been in service at least for the last 4 to 5 months, especially in a time like COVID. Now, I'm not going to automatically say that they gave COVID an excuse to deploy these things, but I will say that it was more of a reason. There was more credence into why they chose to go ahead and use it now. Because if it wasn't for COVID, they probably still would have done it, but there wouldn't be as a necessity as it is now. Because we have an understanding, the whole rule of 6 feet away from each other, and also the idea that people shouldn't be around each other in small spaces, and people might not like to have human contact or human touch with other people. That's my theory about it. Now, I'm going to play a video for you, and then I'm going to read an article about this, but I just want you to put this out and to be aware, honestly, about what's going on in your world. That, yes, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are not surprised at all, but I would like to say that it's finally happening, the cosmic or the paradigm shift in our society, where now they're really getting more technological and to decrease the socialization between humans. And of course, they're going to use cops as a breach, because it still goes under the militarization system that they're trying to employ. Not even trying, they are, right? And that they're going to use any technological advances, more specifically AI, to do this. And my theory about it is what they're doing with the NYPD department is probably they're going to have a lot of people lose their pensions, going to lose their jobs because of this robotic dog, and that they're going to claim that it's going to be more beneficial to the environment, whatever the way they can prove it. But I also will mention this. You're going to not be surprised by where they decided to test it first. Now, the thing about it is they tested the Digidog in what would be considered the projects in Manhattan, in the video I'm about to show you. And I knew that they was going to do that because they want to use the most vulnerable places where crime is high in order to test out this type of product with people. So I'm going to show you a video right now so we can have more of a discussion on this, and you can give your theory and your thesis to what you think is going on. This is a video right here, so peep.
Never seen nothing like this before in my life.
Now viral videos show, for lack of a better term, a robot dog joining the human members of the NYPD's response to a domestic dispute inside a NYPD building in Kips Bay Monday.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. It felt surreal.
344 East 28th Street Tenant Association President Melanie Ocello shot one of those viral videos on her smartphone and compared the scene she witnessed to something out of a dystopian movie.
It scared me.
The NYPD
Science fiction, and to be scared of it, you think you're going to be scared now? Wait until there's a couple of more years. Now there might be humanoid police officers roaming your streets.
He told Fox 5 the 70-pound four-legged robot equipped with cameras, lights, two-way communication, and artificial intelligence, allowing it to move on its own, remained on standby Monday while human officers arrested the suspect and charged him with criminal possession of a weapon.
I think it really speaks to the skewed priorities of their leadership.
Senator Brad Hoylman, who represents the district where this incident took place, thought deploying the $74,000 robot dog anywhere undermined police community relations, but especially in a public housing complex where residents might already mistrust the police.
They deserve policing that is humane and human.
The NYPD reminds us it's used robots.
As ideal as that sounds, the NYPD and I'm pretty sure police departments, if they won't already, soon are not going to give a damn about humane policing. That's why they're going to use lower income class neighborhoods, or more specifically so-called black or so-called Latino neighborhoods, to employ this destructible nonsense device that they call a Digidog, the AI intelligence. And this is the thing, it's just a tip of the iceberg. A lot of people don't realize there's more to come with what they're trying to put out there for the whole entire world to see, or more specifically here in the United States of America, or North America in general. So Pete.
In hostage and hazmat situations for 4+ decades. This marks at least the third time it's deployed one of these robot dogs, a device the department says is still in its test phase.
This allows the police department to function with minimal risk to officers involved, and the tactical value of that is immeasurable.
In February, John Jay College of Criminal Justice professor and 26-year veteran of the NYPD, Keith Taylor, spoke to the potential of this technology. Hoylman wanted to see the money, time, and energy spent on the robot redirected into efforts to build better trust within the community.
Budgets are a statement of values, and when the NYPD deploys a $75,000 surveillance toy,
I don't understand, why?
In Kips Bay, I'm Matt King, Fox 5 News.
So that's the end of the video. And what really gets me that they say in that whole entire statement that they're trying to say to better community relations between citizens and police officers is all smoking mirrors. It's BS, all right? It's BS. They're using the so-called black community and so-called Latino community as a beta testing function with this Digidog. I don't give a damn if people disagree with me, or, they say that I'm bugging out when I'm saying this. I'm telling y'all exactly what is going on. They're using y'all, okay? This is what they're spending their nonsense $70,000 each on this stupid Digidog thing that they're trying to use. They're using y'all. Better community relations. They've had plenty of opportunities to better community relations between cops and citizens. But I tell you what, because of the fact of the matter, a lot of people was asking for there to be the fund of the police, you might just get your money worth. They might just say, okay, screw it. We're not going to even have police officers on the streets. We're going to have this Digidog take care of everything. And you don't think, I'm being cynical. I believe that they're going to start putting guns or some type of weapon on that dog when some violent situation happens, and there's going to be a couple of cops out there. It's not going to be all these police cars anymore. You don't think these cop cars are going to drive by itself soon? You don't think that? You don't think that these cars are going to drive by themselves soon? And if they're going to employ these Digidogs to just hop out the car and sit up there and get at people? Come on, yo. I'm telling y'all because y'all need to be aware about what's about to happen. This is just the beta testing phase. Yeah, just test it out. They're just trying to see how people react and all these different things. Don't flatter yourself. This is one of the things that this is a jack-in-a-box type of operation. And what they're trying to do is make it seem as if this is such a great technology and it's helping people and the environment and all these different things, man. You're in for a rude awakening. This is the 9th inning, the last days. All of these random things that they have planned for you, they're going to put out right now. And y'all got to be aware of that. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this article real quickly, just so we can talk about it right here. So it says, exclusive, a look at the NYPD's new robot dog. Shout outs to Kimberly Richardson. This article was published Friday, December 11th, 2020. So they've already had this out. It's just that the fact of the matter, you're now just seeing it. And, you know, like I said, like, they do things prior, and I'm talking decades prior before they put it out to the public. They're saying testing because they just want to see how the public is going to receive it. It's already been militarized. It's been in the military. They just put it out here so that y'all can get some type of perception about what's about to happen in your world soon. So, it says, New York Eyewitness News got an exclusive look at a new tool the NYPD has at its disposal for responding to emergency situations. It's a robot dog known as Digidog. This dog is going to save lives, lie, protect people, lie, and protect officers, and that's our goal, lie. NYPD Technical Assistance Response Unit Inspector Frank Digiclomo said. It weighs in at 70 pounds and is able to run about 3.5 miles per hour and can even climb stairs. This robot is able to use its artificial intelligence, quote unquote, artificial intelligence, to navigate things, very complex environments. NYPD Taruz Depu John said. John, one of many officers trained to operate the robot dog, says it's as simple as playing a video game. I bet it is, because they're operating it from the precinct, or probably operating it from the headquarters. And let me tell y'all this. Y'all just think that the Digidog is one of the products that's being out here being tested, and numerous of offices, whether it be New York City, Boston, Los Angeles, Atlanta, places in Texas, Florida, whatever state you're in, you know that they're replacing actual security guards with actual robots that they do from certain centers. For an example, if it's a high-tech office, they may have a robot rolling around the office at certain times of the day that's being operated from some type of technological place out in California. And I believe Simi Valley or whatever the place is called. I forgot what it's called. But they're operating it out there. All right? And these offices are deploying these robots to go all around. So I'm just doing this so y'all can get an idea about what's about to happen to y'all. What is about to be the new generation of this society and what they're deploying. And people may think that what I'm saying, I might be making a big deal about it. I'm just spreading the awareness. This is exactly that they're putting out into the environment. And I'm not surprised by it. You shouldn't be either. You know, they have a lot of these old movies that was talking about. That's why I want to say again, science fiction is not science fiction. It's predictive programming. So let's continue. It's covered with cameras and lights, which allows police to get a real-time look at things. Sure, we can send it into complete darkness and get an idea of what's going on inside, John said. Digidog has already been put to use by the department, including in Brooklyn back in October, when a shooting suspect had barricaded himself in a home. And later in Queens, Digidog came in handy at a tense scene where 2 armed men were holding 5 hostages in a home. People wanted food, so we strapped food onto it and sent it into the location, Digiclomo said. Digidog is also capable of two-way communication. For example, if an officer needs to talk with a suspect, he or she can. So it's supposed to play as a middleman for now. In January, an arm is coming out, so it will be open doors and move objects, Digiclomo said. For now, this is the department's only robot dog, and during this test phase, it has only been used a few times. But officers are hoping to add more. they're convinced Digidog has a bright future here with the NYPD. And I don't know why they're sitting up there saying hoping. They are going to deploy these Digidogs out there. This will become the new norm of society. So they can play all these games, switch around these words, and make it seem as if it's just the hope and this, that, and the third. There is not going to be a rebellion for this type of technology because the average citizen probably won't care or might actually give in to the fact of the matter that this type of AI technology is acceptable. So y'all need to be aware of y'all world. Make sure that you understand what's going on and what is about to happen in your society. A whole bunch of BS is about to take place from 2021 going on. And I just like to let that out there. So otherwise than that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.